Yo, what is going on, guys? Johnny GB here, bringing you guys Season 4, Week 1 of the ICBA. We are taking on Goldoa Dragon, coach of the New York Empoleons. You guys probably see him from the GBA D League. A very solid coach. He's drafted a very solid team. If you guys haven't checked out the team builder, I will be doing those this season for the PMC. The ICBA, not the PMC. Just trying to get back into that league action grind. I know I have the MPL, I know I have the ICBA coming up, but we're going to select our party here. If you guys missed the team preview, we're going to be going with a timid max special attack Naganadel. This does get the speed boost, Fire EMZ, Nasty Plot, Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse. We have a choice scarfed Mamoswine. Pretty much just checks his Landorus and Jirachi. We have an assault vested Tangrowth, a specially defensive Miltank, we have a defensive Skarmory with spikes, and then finally we have our Mega Diancie, Protect, Moonblast, Diamond Storm, and Earth Power. That is the team we're going against Goldoa this week. You guys see the teams probably on the bottom, depending on if I'm doing this in the TCG art, but I do have the team logos in this new layout. Decided, you know what? I want to have different layouts for each of the team, but you're going to see those team logos kind of just hidden there in the back behind our TCG art teams. So we're going to hop right into the battle against Goldoa. I'm very excited to finally get ICBA and start our title defense here this season. So it'd be a good thing to try to be a back-to-back champion. Now again, his team, no Ultra Pokemon to really prepare for. We have our notepad, as always, for Draft League content. So, he brought the Landorus, no surprise. He brought Chandelure. That one does surprise me a little bit, but you know what? We do have Miltank that pretty much walls the Chandelure, so I'm not worried about it. He brought the Kingler. That's actually kind of interesting. He brought Roserade. Roserade's the biggest threat to my team. I don't have a really reliable switch into it, especially defensive Miltank is okay. Skarmory can be okay. If he's choice locked, Skarmory, Miltank can play around it fairly decently. He also brought the Mega Gallade and the Jirachi. Okay, so looking at my leads, Mamoswine goes just ham against his team. Looking at his rockers, he can have Landorus or Jirachi. Leaning more so the Jirachi to take on my Naganadel. Skarmory to get up spikes actually sounds really good. He could actually be support Landorus. He doesn't like hazards a lot. I could actually lead Mamoswine too and just click Earthquake or Icicle Crash. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea here. I'm going to lead Mamoswine. I think Mamoswine is my best option to lead with here. He just doesn't have any good switch-ins. Now let us mute the phone here. Yeah, he just doesn't have a lot of good Mamoswine switch-ins, so I could actually take him on fairly well with it. I don't really care what he leads with, because I can just click Earthquake and do a lot of damage, or I can click Icicle Crash and do a lot of damage. So let us see. He's going to lead with the Jirachi, so we're going to see if he's potentially Scarfed or not. He's probably going to want to get his rocks up. And for Naganadel, ooh, I could knock off here. Knockoff's actually not a bad play for anything that comes in. Because if he goes Landorus, I'm not too worried. I can smack away an item, which I kind of like that play. I'm going to click knockoff here. So he stayed in. He's probably going for the Stealth Rocks. So let us see. He got rid of the leftovers. He got the rocks up. The rocks are a little annoying here. I did show that I am choice scarfed. So Iron Head's probably going to be the play for him. I could actually... He lost his recovery. I know he has rocks, and the rocks are pretty much here to stay. So I can go Skarmory fairly easily here. If he does click Iron Head, we're starting to get some chip damage against him. If he goes for U-turn, that's again just more chip damage from the Rocky Helmet. So we're just going to go into Skarmory. Skarmory does invite his Chandelure, but I do have the Miltank to pretty much just counter that thing. There's not much that Chandelure can do against Miltank, so he's going to go for Wish. So he does have Wish. Alright. Doesn't have very good removal, so one, we're going to get some spikes up. We're going to get a lot of spikes up. And the spikes is just going to help out, he has Thunder Wave. Interesting. So we're just going to get spikes up. Come on, breakthrough. Perfect. So he has Rocks, Wish, T-Wave. I like that. You know what? That's okay. I'm going to just get spikes up. Because I do have Miltank in the back for the Chandelure. And the only things he can bring to hit me would be like Calm Mind, Energy Ball. Flamethrower or Fire Blast is basically resisted with Thick Fat, and Shadow Ball has no effect. And I'm pretty sure that he has Chandelure doesn't get any type of fighting coverage. Like, I'm more than confident Chandelure doesn't get any type of fighting coverage. It gets Dark Pulse, HP Fighting. So, honestly, I'm okay with it. He could bring Will-O-Wisp. That's okay. I have Toxic. So, he's going to withdraw Jirachi. Hopefully we get a second layer of spikes up. Goes into Spirited Away, which is the Chandelure. That's expected. It's going to take Spike. Hopefully we get a second spike up. We do, which is good. And I just go hard Miltank. Yep, we are Thick Fat, we got Leftovers, we got Stealth Rocks, Milk Drink, and Toxic. Unfortunately, we cannot hit the Chandelure, but at this point now, we just get our hazards up. Hazard stack, and if I can bring in Naganadel fairly safely, I know he's not Okaberry Jirachi, so if I can get +2, Naganadel at this point is just going to sweep him. So he probably had the T-Wave for, actually for the Naganadel to slow it down. So we're just going to go hard Miltank. We're going to be able to get our rocks up, which is going to be good. I don't really care if he Will-O-Wisp me because I have Seismic Toss, Toxic, Stealth Rock, Milk Drink. So he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, I'm actually not too worried about that. Because again, I can't really touch this thing. What would he go out into? Landorus? Well, you know what? I want to get my rocks up. No removal. If he wants to go into Landorus and he has Defog on Landorus, I'm not too concerned with that either because it means the rocks on my side of the field are gone. And that stuff like Naganadel isn't taking chip damage. So he's shown Willow on Chandelure. So we know we're going to get rocks. We're going to get... let's see. He's going to go for Psychic, so he does have the Psychic. I figured that. We're going to get them rocks up, which is good. We're going to get the Leftovers recovery here. We're going to go for a Milk Drink to get our health back here in case he wants to stay in and go for another Psychic. But you know what? I'm very happy right now. 2 layers of spikes, Stealth Rock, so Jirachi's taking 12%, 18% because of the rocks, right? Yeah, 6%. So he's going to go for the Psychic again. We're just going to go for the Milk Drink here. He's probably going to fish for that special defense drop. But you know what? Milk Drink plus Leftover should put us into a good range to where I can possibly get a Toxic off on this thing. Or even if he switches into something like Landorus or Mega Gallade, I can get a Toxic off. Mega Gallade, little bit of an issue in all honesty. I don't have a very good Mega Gallade switch, and especially if he's Substitute. But if I can hopefully bait out his Mega Gallade, get a Toxic onto it, I can really just ruin Substitute sets. Because he's going to take the 12%, 6%, 25% from the Stealth Rock and then start taking a bunch of toxic damage. Drain Punch isn't going to really help him out once the toxic damage starts going up. So he's just going to stay in, go for another Psychic here. He's probably just trying to bait something. We're just going to go for the toxic here. And now we can start whittling away at this Chandelure, which is what I want. Now the last thing I want to see is a special defense drop. But I do like seeing that this Chandelure is starting to get weakened. Kind of curious on what item it is. We're just going to go for the Milk Drink here. I know Psychic's not going to take me out. This is probably a great chance for him to go out into Mega Gallade or Landorus. It's actually a very good chance for him to go out to one of those two. Seeing as I'm going to Milk Drink, try to get my health back. But I mean, it just really impacts his Chandelure now because it's going to take 25% to rocks, going to take 12% to spikes. Because I believe 2 spikes is 12%, right? I believe 2 spikes is 12%, 3 spikes is 17%. So yeah, there's the chance to go out to his Mega Gallade. Or, oh, he goes out to his Jirachi. Oh, okay. We're going to Milk Drink here. We're going to get our health back. Do I go to Skarmory and get 3 layers? Rocks, Wish, Thunder Wave. What does this thing have? Well, Skarmory is paralyzed. I guess I could go into Mamoswine. No, I don't want to risk an Iron Head. You know what? Let us just go to Skarmory and get a 3rd layer of spikes up and start spamming Whirlwind. I kind of like that play. Just get into Skarmory and start spamming Whirlwind. So he's just going to Wish. Probably to get into Chandelure. Jirachi doesn't stay in here because there's not much he can do against it. So I'm just going to click Whirlwind. In case he does switch out, he's just going to go for the Iron Head. Okay. So now he's going to take the Rocky Helmet damage, pretty much a scout to see what's my Skarmory. He does flinch us, unfortunately. Again, if there's a Jirachi, there is a way. We're going to click Roost here. He's probably just going to try to paraflinch my Skarmory. We will Roost up, though. We're going to get our HP back. We're going to lose our Flying typing, and Jirachi's pretty much going to start wasting its Wishes, Iron Heads against the Skarmory. We're just going to get a 3rd layer of spikes up. Perfect. If we break through this turn, this is perfect for me. Yes, we do. We got 3 layers of spikes and Stealth Rocks on his side of the field. So I am not worried about Chandelure anymore. We are going to spam Whirlwind here. I know he's just going to click Iron Head here. And I love this position. So he withdraws his Jirachi. Perfect. Goes out into Ranaluf, which is the Landorus. So he's going to take Stealth Rocks. Hopefully we break through. I don't care about the -1 attack. Do we break through? We do. We kick the Whirlwind. And now stuff is starting to get chip damage. So Gallade, taking the 3 layers of spikes. It's going to take the Stealth Rocks. Unfortunately, it does get the Wish Pass, which sucks. It's going to make Jirachi really annoying. But I'm just going to stay in here and spam Whirlwind. If he tries to set up a Substitute or a Swords Dance, I'm going to blow him away. Worst case scenarios, if he substitutes, I get paralyzed. But you know what? I'm just going to click Whirlwind here. And he doesn't want to really risk Gallade. It's going to take Rocky Helmet damage. If I do get a Whirlwind off, then he is going to take Stealth Rock and Spikes next time he comes in. I need to get rid of that Jirachi as soon as possible. So he's just going to Mega Evolve. We're going to probably see Thunder Punch in all honesty. I wouldn't be surprised to see Thunder Punch or Swords Dance here. Yeah, okay, he's just going to go for knockoff. So the leftovers on Skarmory are going to be, or the Rocky Helmet on Skarmory is going to be gone. We are going to Whirlwind, though. And, come on, give me the Chandelure. The Jirachi. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. But because he's going to go for Wish, I'm just going to go hard Mamoswine. The Wish is obvious here. And with this, I can actually just click Earthquake or Icicle Crash. So there's the Wish. I'm looking at it now. He can go Landorus. He can go Landorus, it doesn't get any recovery, and I can just go into Skarmory. So my best play probably is just to click Earthquake here. And if I can get rid of Jirachi, Roserade, Gallade, or Chandelure, I think I'm in a great spot. If he goes into Landorus, that's okay. It's pretty much just a wasted Wish. Alright, so he's going to withdraw Jirachi. He's going to go out into Cookie, which is the Kingler, most likely. So he's going to take 12 to Stealth Rocks. He's going to take the Spikes damage. He's going to take a Earthquake now. Does it take an Earthquake? It does not. So Kingler is going to go down. Mamoswine is going to pick up the first KO of the season. And he's probably just going to go out into his Landorus now, which lets me go into Skarmory fairly nicely. As soon as I get rid of Landorus, I click Earthquake. That's pretty much it, is I get rid of Landorus, I click Earthquake a bunch of times. Landorus is going to start taking chip damage. My worry potentially is if he's Rock Polish, but again, I do have Skarmory. And I have Ice Shard on Mamoswine, so not too worried about that. He could be Yachi Berry, which wouldn't surprise me, so I need to get some more chip down. But getting those spikes up, that was just so clutch. 3 spikes, Stealth Rocks. Alright, so what are we going to see from Skarmory? He's going to withdraw his... Oh, good play. Good play. Alright, so... I know he's going to Wish. I know he's going to Wish. Do I go Naganadel? Actually, you know what? I just go back out Mamoswine, right? No, Mamoswine's just clutch. You know what? We're just going to go Naganadel here. Because Naganadel's at the point where it can just pretty much win the game. So we get that beautiful shiny Naganadel. He's going to go for the Wish. Nothing on his team at this point takes a Fire EMZ. There's no reason for me to stay in. Actually... what would he go out into? What would he go out into? If he Thunder Waves me, I'm in trouble. See, I'm in a thinking position here. He needs the Jirachi Wish Pass. Dragon Pulse doesn't kill. So what we could do, we could just go for Fire Blast. But part of me wants to click Sludge Wave or Nasty Plot on him going to Chandelure. No, he has to stay in. Otherwise, I mean, this is the last turn his Jirachi's in. So he's probably going to expect me to go for the Nasty Plot. Yes! Okay, yeah, he's probably expecting me to go for the Nasty Plot, so he's going to click Thunder Wave. Perfect. I think Naganadel now just wins the game. Because even if he's Choice Scarf Landorus, I outspeed it. But we're just going to go for the Inferno Overdrive. Naganadel will pick up a kill. So he probably clicked Thunder Wave there. But at this point, you know what? I don't think I actually win. Starting to think about it. I don't think I actually win. Because, actually no, I do. Never mind. I actually got to calc how much Dragon Pulse does to Landorus. If he's potentially a Scarf Landorus, does Dragon Pulse at neutral KO? It does not. I needed to get to +2 to KO Landorus. Even with the Stealth Rock chip that he has, it's not enough to actually pick up a KO. So it doesn't look like Naganadel's actually going to sweep. It might damage a few teams. He's going to go out to Mega Wally, which he's going to now take Spikes. He's going to take Stealth Rock. Sludge Wave does 50 to 69%. And I don't... If this Gallade was a little bit weaker, he could have HP investment. You know what? There's no reason. I'm just gonna go out Skarmory because I have Skarmory. I'm just gonna go out to it. There's really no reason for... Oh, I don't have the Rocky Helmet anymore, which kind of sucks. He's just gonna go for the Earthquake. Okay, so that actually works out in my favor. We're gonna roost up here. He's gonna go for the Drain Punch, which is a good play on his part, because I no longer have the Rocky Helmet. So that's actually good on him. I got a breakthrough. I do get the Roost. That was interesting. So he has Earthquake, EQ, Knock, and Drain. So what we need to do here is just go for a Whirlwind. He doesn't have close combat. Yeah, we're just going to Whirlwind. He's going to go in for another Drain Punch, which is okay, because I know we'll be able to take one more if we break through. Not what I wanted. But you know what? It was bound to happen to me at this point. He's going to go for a Swords Dance. Okay. That makes it a little bit more interesting. That actually makes this a bit of a problem. I needed to hit that Whirlwind. So I need to break through, and I need to go for a Whirlwind here. So he's going to go for another Drain Punch. I need to break through, or I think I get reverse swept by this Gallade. Come on, Skarm. Perfect. Skarmory coming through in the clutch. He gets out to his Landorus, which is okay with me, because now that thing's starting to get more chip damage. We are going to roost up. Just to get my HP back. Alright, and you know what? I think we're in a great spot here. Even if he does go Chandelure, Chandelure pretty much gets crippled for the rest of the game. Tangrowth has not even seen the field yet. Neither has his Roserade. I don't see any spot. He's gonna go for the Rock Slide, get the flinch. That's gonna suck if he does get it. Come on, Skarmory. Yep. So he went for Rock Slide here. I'm just gonna go into Tangrowth here. Skarmory I might have to use as a sack. If he goes for Rock Slide again, he's probably Scarfed. Alright, so I can fire off a pretty safe knockoff. I do have Hidden Power Ice. He could be Z Fly, which is a little bit of an issue here. He's not shown his item. He went for 2 Rock Slides in a row. He could be Scarfed. He has to be Scarfed, because that's his speed on the team. What would he switch out into? Rose Raid? Yes. So I'm just going to fire a knockoff. Okay, I think he is Scarfed. Okay, so he's going to go out to Rose Raid. It's going to take Spikes. It's going to take Stealth Rocks. It's going to get hit with a knockoff now. Alright, he is a Yachi Berry Rose Raid. So, what do we do? Sludge Bomb is imminent. I think I just go Skarmory on the Sludge Bomb. I'll probably die to like HP Fire, which is fine, but then I can get out into Naganadel, get a Dragon Pulse off. Or potentially a... I have to see what his set is. He could carry Extra Sensory, which I'm pretty sure KOs my Naganadel after 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins. He isn't Life Orb. So, if he has Extra Sensory, he has Magical Leaf, which is interesting. I want to see what Extra Sensory does. It can potentially KO Naganadel. It can potentially KO Naganadel. He could also have Sleep Powder. So I might have to lose my Naganadel here. I'm going to click Dragon Pulse here. I cannot risk him going for Sleep Powder and putting my Naganadel to sleep. But we are going to get a knockout on the Rose Raid Naganadel with its second kill. And against his Gallade, I'm just going to have to sack it off, in all honesty. Goes out to his Mega Wally. He's going to take Spikes. He's going to take Stealth Rock, which is okay. Let's see. If he goes... we're staying. We're going to go for Dragon Pulse. Strongest move I can go for here. Well, Sludge Wave is, but we're just going to go for the Dragon Pulse here, see how much it does. He's just going to go for the Earthquake. It will pick up a kill, which is okay. Naganadel did what it had to do. But at this time, Mamoswine can come in. I can click Earthquake. I can knock out the Gallade because it can no longer switch in anymore. I'm just not taking the risk of Icicle Crash missing. If he goes into his Landorus, that's okay. He doesn't have a Wish Passer. Rose Raid's gone. I'm not worried about Chandelure anymore. Diancie blows it back with Earth Power after Stealth Rocks. His Mega Gallade does go down though. As I just need to get rid of Landorus now. And I believe he's actually Scarf Landorus. So, here's the Landorus. I'm going to take the Stealth Rock damage. It's now in range of Ice Shard. So, what we're going to do here is we are going to swap out into my Tangrowth. He can go for Earthquake. And actually, you know what? Tangrowth can win the game. I'm Assault Vested, so I should be able to take one hit from the Chandelure. He's actually just going to go for U-turn. Okay. Well, I mean, I still have the Miltank, so I'm not actually worried about Chandelure. Alright, so he's going to go out to Spirited Away the Chandelure. Here's the 25% to Rocks. Here's the 25% or 18% from Spikes. And now the poison damage, as we are just going to go out hard into Miltank. Which Miltank actually might be able to pick up a passive kill here off the Toxic. So he's going to go for the Flamethrower. We do resist that. I'm not worried about that. Just going to Milk Drink here. As the Toxic will start taking its toll on Chandelure. And pretty much I just keep this thing healthy enough to Seismic Toss his Landorus. So at minimum, it should be a 3-0 win because Mamoswine comes in, I click Ice Shard, it dies. Hopefully we can keep it a 4-0 though. So he's just going to go for the Psychic. It's going to do a good amount, but we're going to Milk Drink that all back. Now, his Landorus is in a little bit of an issue because I could actually win the game with Tangrowth and actually save differential here. It just depends on what moveset he has. But Chandelure will die to the Toxic set by Miltank, so Miltank's going to get a kill. And Ansi did not see the field at all today. So there's the Landorus. Again, it's going to depend what moveset I see here. I'm going to go for the Seismic Toss. I'm going to see what he's going to go for. He's just going to click Earthquake. I should be able to take one. I know I'm mostly specially defensive, but Miltank got a little bit of thickness to it. So we're just going to Seismic Toss. I see he's locked into Earthquake. So at this point, I'm just going to swap right out into my Tangrowth. Just to save that differential, because I mean the differential could be very key later in the season. So we're gonna go right out into Tangrowth. We're gonna swallow these Earthquakes up. Yum. Resisted. And we're just gonna click HP Ice. You know, we'll give Tangrowth a win. We'll give Tangrowth a kill here. So we're gonna click that HP Ice. Be funny if he showed off Flyinium Z right there at the end. But with that, oh, he got a crit there. That was close. But with that, we will pick up a 4-0 win against the New York Empoleons, Week 1 of the ICBA in a battle that made me have to actually spend some time thinking. But good game to Goldoa. Strategy came through. Shoutouts to iPro in the front office for the team this week. As always, such a big help to the Oregon Duckletts. But if you guys enjoyed the Week 1 battle of the ICBA, go ahead, like the video, comment your guys' support for the Oregon Duckletts, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not already done so. Also, check out all the ICBA coaches. Their links are down below in the description. A bunch of good coaches this season. Very excited for this season. But with all that being said, guys, I am Johnny GB, and I'm out.